Most people don't lose money in crypto because they don't understand technology. They lose money because they don't know how to measure value. They look at price. They follow narratives. They react to momentum. But value is not emotional. It is observable. So before talking about returns, we need to be clear about one thing. Valuing a crypto asset is not about predicting a pump. It is about understanding whether an asset has reasons to exist even when price is doing nothing. Because price can lie. Usage cannot. That's the foundation. Welcome to CryptoVista, where data meets intelligence. Once you accept that value must be observable, the next question becomes simple. What should we observe first? The starting point for any valuation is utility. Not what a project promises to do, but what people are already using it for. So instead of asking whether a project sounds innovative, ask measurable questions. How many transactions occur daily? How many active addresses interact with the network? And most importantly, does this activity persist during market downturns? This distinction matters. A network with 10,000 daily users behaves very differently from one with 10,000 holders. Holders speculate. Users depend. If usage disappears when price falls, the utility was optional. And optional utility does not create durable value. Once utility is established, the next thing to examine is adoption depth. Adoption is often misunderstood. It is not total wallet count. It is not social media attention. It is repeated behavior over time. To measure this, look at daily active addresses, weekly transaction consistency, and developer activity during low-interest periods. If developers keep shipping updates when price is ignored, the system is being built for function, not hype. At this point, we know whether something is used and whether that usage is sustained. But usage alone is not enough. Now we need to understand how ownership is structured. This is where supply mechanics matter. Scarcity is not a slogan. It is math. You must understand total supply, circulating supply, and future token unlock schedules. These numbers define pressure. Here's why this matters in practice. Imagine a network with steady usage and a $2 billion market cap. If 20% of its supply unlocks each year, that's $400 million of potential sell pressure that demand must absorb just to keep price flat. This is why strong projects can underperform for long periods. Dilution does not require failure. It only requires time. Once supply is clear, we can finally place valuation in context. This is where market capitalization comes in. Not token price. Market cap. Market cap tells you how much belief is already priced in. A $5 billion market cap has very different upside constraints than a $500 million one. So instead of asking how cheap a coin looks, ask a better question. What realistic outcome justifies a 2 or 3 times increase from this valuation? If the answer requires global dominance, risk is already high. But valuation still isn't complete, because numbers without comparison can be misleading. So the next step is relating valuation to usage. Compare market cap to actual network activity. High valuation with low usage is speculation. Moderate valuation with persistent usage is structure. This comparison exposes hype faster than any headline ever will. And finally, there is one filter that overrides all others. Survivability. Metrics can look good in ideal conditions. Survivability tests them under stress. Ask whether the network has lived through a full market cycle. Bear markets. Liquidity exits. Narrative collapse. Regulatory pressure. If a system continues functioning when incentives are reduced and attention disappears, it has proven resilience. This is not theory. This is evidence. So if you remember only one thing from this video, remember this. Valuation is not one metric. It is convergence. Utility tells you if it's used. Adoption shows if usage persists. Supply defines pressure. Market cap sets expectations. Survivability proves durability. When these align, value becomes visible. This playlist will break each of these components down one by one. Not to tell you what to buy, but to teach you how to evaluate before allocating capital. Because long-term winners are rarely discovered through excitement. They are identified through structure. In the next video, we'll focus specifically on utility versus speculation and show exactly how to tell the difference using data. If you want to learn how to value crypto assets with evidence instead of emotion, subscribe to CryptoVista. This playlist is about clarity. CryptoVista. Clarity over chaos.